Every wooden corner, every
event where we can get a bunch of people together to celebrate the awesome home that God has given us called Earth. Is that okay? And so what we desired to do was to bring everybody into one place where we can have an exhibit where we had some people who wanted to just showcase what God has done in their lives through arts and through recycling, taking old things and putting them back together and making them new, kind of like what God does in our hearts. Takes away all of the bad, all the dirt, all the crazy stuff in our lives and changes us and makes us into people of value. Anyone know what I'm talking about? And so this event was born. And I want to just say thank you to all of the folks really quick that helped to make it possible. I want to honor the man of God in the house tonight. Give it up for Pastor John Citizen and his wife. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving us the house, giving us the place where we can do this. Thank you so much. I want to give it up for all of the artists tonight. How many of you guys enjoyed Jack Griff tonight? How many of you guys enjoyed the talented Zayna Allen tonight? Yes. How many of you guys enjoyed the Praise Academy Band? They did a great job. How many of you guys enjoyed Keisha O'Neill on the violin? All right, give it up for my man on the 1 and 2, DJ Free. Where's he at? Where'd he go? There you go. Give it up for DJ Freedom. So we just wanted this party. We just wanted to celebrate. Tomorrow the world is going to celebrate Earth Day. And Earth Day is the day where everybody gets together and just promotes and talks about the earth. And there are some things that as Christians, as people of God, we should be thinking about. We should be thinking about the impact that we have on the planet. We should be thinking about how we use resources. Whether you understand all of the science or not, you have to respect that this is your home. Am I right? You never let somebody come into your house and destroy your house, right? I said, you will never let someone come into your house and destroy your house, right? And the same way God has given us this awesome place that we call Earth, this home. And we have to do our very best to take care of it. Am I right? Now some of us may not be able to do everything, but we can all do something. Touch the person next to you and say, I can do something. Find the person next to you and say, I can do something. So tonight, what we want to do is to do something. We put together an event just to get everyone together to celebrate. There's nothing better to do than party, am I right? That's something pretty good in my view. I like to party. And so I just want to thank you guys for coming. I want to thank you guys for being a part of this special event. I want to thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to come and to be a part of what we have going on tonight. I met some guys a couple years ago, these guys behind me. I don't know if you ever seen them before. We played there a couple times. But the name of our band is Truesdale. Anybody ever heard of this music before? So, we don't want to waste too much more time talking. We want to get everybody up on your feet. We want everybody down here with us. Come on, meet me down here. Everybody meet me down here. We're going to spend a good time in praise and worship. Is that all right? I don't care if you're 2 or 92. Put those hands together. Come on. 1, 2, 3. So hard to find me. Put those hands together, come on. Over I search, less it's all makes sense. Finding now that this was not about me.
This is our TheaRiseWithThea.com, and we are back with Stephen Moss, and he's got a couple of the bandmates from Truesdale. And you guys, I know you've seen some of the footage already, so why don't you introduce a couple of the guys to us?
Well, this guy right here, his name is Brian. He's the namesake of the band, Brian Truesdale. There's 3 brothers in the band. Brian is the oldest, and then Scott, and then Jason. Behind me is Casey Duck. He's our bass player. Awesome, awesome bass player. So we just doing what we did. We just finished Emerge, had a great time, and we're just glad that you guys came to enjoy it with us.
Okay, now Mr. Truesdale.
Yes.
How are you? There are already 3 of you.
Yes.
Now you've got like what, 7 Truesdale guys?
No, actually, there's just 3 of us in the band, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why Stefan came to me with the name Truesdale. He felt like because since there was 3 of us, he wanted to name it after us.
Okay, now does it have an alternate meaning? Because when I first heard Truesdale, I was thinking along the lines of the truth, gospel,
right.
that sort of
There's
thing.
something to it, man.
Yeah.
No, Stefan he liked the vibe, the sound of the name. There's really, other than that, no specific meaning to it. So just really liked the way it sounded.
Kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does. It's
Truesdale.
real cool. Okay, now you're not a Truesdale, but
But
but can you tell me what it's like playing in the band and I guess having Stefan for frontman?
Oh, it's great. Just being a part of a family, an actual family, 3 brothers, you can't beat it. And they really just took the other 3 of us in as family. And having Stefan in the front, he just has so much musical experience that it just adds on. It took what little we had and it just took it one notch
To
up.
another level, that's it. Okay, so what instruments do you guys play?
I play the drums.
I play the bass.
Bass, okay.
and I ride the wave.
You ride the wave. You are the
Ride the
tsunami
wave.
up front, and everyone's just coming behind you. But working with the band is kind of new for us because we're so used to seeing you as a solo act. But what does having Truesdale behind you as a part of your team, what does that do for you?
It opens up a lot of doors. You know, music is a language, right? And it's the universal language. And there are people that we want to talk to on different levels. And so I've talked to, you know, people musically, you know, in many different ways, many different countries. And this is just another conversation, really. It's another conversation. It's a different kind of conversation, but it's a conversation that's relevant to where I am right now as an artist. And also, musically, it's kind of an expanse because I've never worked with a live band, you know, night in, night out. We just came from Alabama last night, and every time you get on stage, it's always different, right? And playing tracks, you know, it's kind of, track starts, you do exactly what you do, track ends, song is over, right?
Yeah.
But with a band, it doesn't work like that. With a band, the music is continuous, and it stops when you want it to stop. And so it's another level of power as an artist, and it allows you to say more, it allows you to do more, it allows you to speak more to the hearts of people, and that's really what music is supposed to do, right? When you walk off the stage, you leave everything there. So that's what it's about.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, back to you up front here, Mr. Truesdale, because that's the easiest thing to remember. But basically, what is it like to work under him? Because, you know, he can be tough when he wants to be.
No, it's actually really cool because he and I do a lot of the organizing together and just having his knowledge, because there's a lot of things that he has told me, stuff that I would have thought would have been a great idea. He's like, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go there. And just from business side of things, but also just the fact of, you know, Stefan being a youth pastor, you know, being able to go on stage and I guess give like mini sermons in between the song. That's something we really wanted, you know, not just to go in and play a concert, but to minister. And that's an aspect of when we got Stefan we had been searching for, and he just does an amazing job with that.
Okay, and you're nodding your head. Anything you'd like to add to that?
Pretty much covered everything. Pretty much got it all. Sorry.
Okay, well, why don't you tell us, because we obviously know about greendub.com, which is your home site for the music and all that, but where else can we connect with Truesdale?
You can find us on Facebook at Truesdale Band, on Twitter at Truesdale Band, on Instagram at Truesdale Band. We just enjoying the music, man. And who knows what the future holds. You know, going back to what Brian said, and you know, Brian is a very, very mature person, and it's good to have in the band mature people. I mean, you know, working with artists, man, artists can be crazy. You know that, right?
Yes.
We're all kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's good to be mature in your craziness. And so to have guys that understand the music and understand what's going on and be mature about it and understand that every night it's not going to be, you know, pump and hype. Sometimes we're going to just get into a situation where it's time to talk to people, and it's very important that when you talk to people that you connect with them on the level that they're at. So many times we want to, you know, point down at people and, you know, you doing this wrong. It's not about that. It's about reaching people where they're at and connecting with them. It says there's a saying that says, never look down on somebody unless you're picking them up. And that's really what it's like. When you're on stage, people are looking at you and saying, hey, you know, you're over there, but it's not really about that. It's about us saying, hey, come join us in this journey and be a part of what we're doing. And that's what Truesdale Band is all about. That's what Green Dub is all about. So Zaina, who performed tonight, she's working with us. We've kind of, you know, got her on the team. She's an amazing songwriter. She's an amazing singer. So we're looking for artists like that so that we can develop their talent, give them some things to think about from a business standpoint, and just help them to get out there. Also with an environmental ethic. I mean, we do want to be responsible, so we try to keep all of our waste and stuff like that to a minimum. So, you know, we try to do things digitally as much as we can. We try to save, you know, as much as we can and try to do things in the most productive way. So it's baby steps. You can't do everything, right? That's the thing. I think a lot of people are like, well, I can't do all that. Well, don't do all that. Just do something. Just do something. Do one thing. One thing is better.
And that's a Bahamian for you.
How's everyone doing
yeah,
out there?
That's
This
a Bahamian
is
for
Stephen
you.
Moss, live from Atlanta, Georgia with Miss Althea Nixon.
I'm taking
We're
this
rising
off.
to the top, all the way.
He's doing his own interview. I'm gone. Oh, let me quit. But
You better quit.
this is Mr. Stephen, the scientist. This is, I guess, Professor Moss now, right?
I do a little teaching nowadays.
A little
I do
teaching.
Just a little bit.
Yes. But this is for all of you guys who have been following and listening. Mr. Rise to the Top, Don't Ever Stop. In living color, live. Taking my press pass and interviewing himself. I could let him go for it, and he will.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Stephen, man, what's been going on?
Life is good.
Awesome.
Life is good. It's good to actually sit down with you and the lady behind the camera who we don't even have to introduce. We just leave it right there. We just leave that anonymous. We won't even say who's behind the camera. That'll just open up a whole other thing.
Okay.
'Cause we don't have time for all that tonight. So.
All right. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you on two fronts. First of all,
Okay.
Earth Day, this thing you're doing with Jill, the Emerge
Okay.
Summit. Now, we all know Stephen Moss because of his groundbreaking turtle research. That's in fact how we met, because
Right.
you came up with this research no one else had ever done. You've got all this stuff on the turtles and so on and so forth, and you are still committed to it.
Yes.
You're still committed to, I guess, keeping things all well.
research-wise.
You're a modern Adam is what you are. And when it comes to, keeping everything grounded, finding out about the earth and all the rest of that, and so now you taken this Earth Day project to a whole new level?
Yeah, it's been a very good experience. I think we go from that strength to strength, level to level, and coming out of the science field and coming into something where I could kind of, with this event in particular, being able to kind of bring everything together. The music side obviously is a very, very important passion of mine, but then also being able to unite that with my thoughts on nature and the environment and all of that is very important. Because I think that people want something that they can latch onto, and not everybody can latch onto research papers and published articles, but they can latch onto a song. And if the song expresses some of those ideas, then you're able to at least get them into the conversation. That's very important.
That's real deep. Now, you've had kids as young as, I think, 3rd grade coming up with their projects showing what they know and what they want to do as it relates to preserving, catering to, and caring for the earth. Do you feel, from a scientist's perspective, that we are heading down a correct path or an incorrect path as it relates to educating our kids about caring for what they have?
I think that right now we're in a place where technology is allowing us to do way more than we could ever do. And so this is a good opportunity now for us to educate everybody. I think older people, and this is not a slam to people our age or whatever, it's harder to convince people who already have jobs and families and all of that about the importance of caring for the environment. But little kids, 3rd graders, they will say yes sir, yes ma'am, and they will stand up for something that they believe is right if they understand it at the most basic level. And so starting off with kids is a great idea because they're not jaded, right? They don't have a conspiracy theory. They know that they will take care of their house. And so extending that idea into a global sense and saying the earth is your house, take care of it, that's simple. Anybody can understand it, whether you're in 3rd grade or whether you're in college. So that's something that is very important. From this event, we want to showcase young kids doing things related to the environment because that's where the future is, right? The future is in our kids becoming empowered and knowing that, hey, you know what, even though I'm in 3rd grade, I can think about the earth and how I can take care of it. That empowers them, and they go forward and they're able to do more things. They have their whole lives ahead of them. They can go down that path. Whereas me, well, hey, I'm in my mid-30s now. I'm doing the best that I can, but my whole life is not ahead of me. As a 3rd grade,
Okay.
3rd grade person is. So.
All right, now I have to ask, where are you these days? Because you're not in the 242, so what are you doing in good old Atlanta?
I am in the 242, just not in the flesh. But
Okay.
my heart is still there. My heart is still in that. So my mom is still there. My family is still there. I'm in Atlanta. I do live here on a permanent basis. I work here. My family's here. I teach at a community college. That's kind of my day job, and I do enjoy that. I really enjoy teaching because I teach adults. And so I do try to reach people on all fronts, and I teach environmental science. And so every day I get a chance to talk to people about the food they eat, the air they breathe, and the water they drink. And that's life at the most basic level. If you don't have an understanding of those 3 things, then you're living a life half done. Everyone needs to appreciate these things on the most basic level. So I'm doing that, and obviously I'm touring with the band, Truesdale band, and a part of our ethic is talking to people about their lives, and the thing about it too is obviously you know about my faith. I don't hide that, but at the same time we want to educate people on multiple levels, right? We want people to be well-rounded. It's not just about your relationship with God. It's about your relationship with your friend. It's about your relationship with your neighbor. It's about your relationship with your families. All of those things tie in too. We want well-rounded people around us. So with the band, we go out, we talk to people of all ages about their lives, about what they're doing, where they're going, just giving them a sense of purpose, which is what we all need.
That's beautiful, man. I love jazz. It's real good. Now, you mentioned this band. We in the Bahamas may not know that Stephen the Scientist is no longer a soloist, but you're actually a part of a band that I've seen for the first time today. And hearing it is one thing. Seeing it is a completely different thing. I'm talking about the jumping, I'm talking about the sound of it. It just gets all through your body, like you described, you're in your house, and it could totally set the atmosphere. And you guys connect. It's unbelievable, I guess, the passion that is displayed and the way the audience responds to it. It went, for a moment, I forgot I was in a sanctuary, and I was like, oh, this is like, this is like rock concert, Newsboys, I would even go so far as to say Green Day, Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of energy, because some people may be more familiar with them than they would be with the people who are on Fish Radio. But I'm talking the energy you guys have, the passion you all have behind it, and the fact that people were singing with it. They were climbing on the stage. They were doing the actions with all of you. I mean, this is a whole new level. Like,
it is very much older.
Yeah. Like, what's that like for you? I mean, is there retirement in sight?
Oh man, that's the question I've been trying to ask myself and answer the same time. I don't know, man. Honestly, this whole process that is happening right now, I really couldn't have planned it. You know, obviously, I love the music that I grew up on. You know, hip hop, reggae, Junkanoo, all those things are part of who I am, and I won't ever shun or I won't ever forget any of that. But right now, as an artist, I think that you have to be willing and free. No matter what kind of artist you are, you have to be willing and free to step into maybe something that you weren't doing before, and just to see how you would vibe off of it. And I've always wanted to experiment with new sounds, with new ideas, with new musical styles. And this is just a ride for me. I am having a blast. This is not something that I thought that I would have a chance to do. I mean, hey, we got live guitarists, live drummers, live keyboardists, live players, live bass. And for my whole life, I play with tracks, and God bless the tracks. I was in the studio, on my Fruity Loops, boom, doing my thing. And I enjoyed that because that was the level that I was at. But this is a whole new level, and I'm just enjoying it.
It is a whole new level, and you're a whole new performer, because I was sitting there writing as you guys were performing, and I literally was lost for words. I'm like, this never happens, because I just could not find the words to capture what I was witnessing, because we know Stephen. But this right here, I mean, elevator went way up to the penthouse. Yes, I'm telling you, you like totally took my breath away. And, I'm just so proud to see somebody from home just doing all this stuff. And we have
to be willing. Let me tell you this too, and I want this to be recorded, because I think about this kind of stuff. One thing about Bahamians that many people don't realize, and this is, I want you to remember this. We are very adaptive people, and a lot of people look at that as a weakness. They would say to me, y'all go to Miami and y'all come back talking like y'all from foreign. That's a part of our adaptive nature, and being able to adapt is actually one of the important features of survival, right? As a scientist, I understand survival, and one of the things that goes into survival is being able to adapt to change. And we are very adaptive people. We know how to fit into environments. You study Sidney Poitier, for example. He moved here, he said, look, I want to become a famous actor. If my accent is going to be a deterrent to my success as an actor, then I have the power to adapt. Now, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that if you want to survive, you have to adapt. That's the rule of nature, period. Yes. And so if you can adapt to the environment that you're in, then it gives you the opportunity to succeed in that environment. And so I think as a Bahamian, we are blessed with that adaptive nature. Not to just any other cultures, but not every other culture can adapt the way we can. We can survive anywhere. And that's a blessing. And many people don't look at it as a blessing, but it really is. It really is a blessing. And until you get in an environment where and I don't know if I can do this, and all of a sudden out of nowhere you find the way. You find the way, you figure it out, because of that, whatever that is about us that allows us to be able to do that. It's a blessing.
It is.
All right, so I thank God for that ability, and it's opened up doors that would have been closed to me if I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm happy where I am, and I'm good. I've stepped out, and other people have stepped out and achieved the same level of success, whatever that success is for them.
Oh, wow. Quick test. What you saying? Let me see if you can adapt back.
Yeah, it ain't cool, man.
There you go. We still
242, man. All the time, every day, 242, 24/7.
Okay.
Every hood and corner, every son and daughter, yeah, we gonna reach #1 and they can't stop us. None of them can't tame us. They can't change us. If they come in my lane, well then it's gonna get dangerous.